Welcome to AskPB, your go-to webinar for all your insurance queries. Today we'll talk about family health insurance plans. We will talk about your coverage options, we will talk about the exclusions you should know about, and we will talk about how you can maximize the benefits of your family health insurance plan, making sure all the members of the family are safe and secure. Whether you're new to health insurance or just looking to optimize your plan, this webinar will be full of valuable insights. Here with us today, we have Siddharth Singhal, who is the business head of health insurance at Policybazaar.com. Welcome to the show, Siddharth.
Thank you.
So, Siddharth, what is family health insurance and how does it differ from individual health insurance?
So, see, in very simple terms, जैसे for example, individual health insurance is something जो आप एक as a individual खरीदते हो, right? Family health insurance is, as the name suggests, is a common cover for the family. For example, अगर मैं let's say 10 लाख की पॉलिसी खरीदता हूँ, right? उसमें मैं, मेरी वाइफ और let's say मेरा kid is also included in that policy. What it means is कि 10 लाख का कवर हम 3 लोग यूज़ कर सकते हैं कभी भी, राइट? बेनिफिट इसका ये है कि अगर मैं 3 इंडिविजुअल कवर खरीदने जाऊँगा, इट विल बी मोर एक्सपेंसिव टू मी एज अ कस्टमर. बहुत कम चांसेस हैं कि तीनों लोग एक ही टाइम पे बीमार पड़ें एक साल में, और ऐसा भी कम होगा कि तीनों ही बीमार पड़ें, ये भी बहुत कम पॉसिबिलिटी है. तो फैमिली हेल्थ इंश्योरेंस एक कॉन्सेप्ट है ताकि कस्टमर को एक बेनिफिट मिल सके कि एक कॉमन सम इंश्योर्ड एक फैमिली यूटिलाइज कर सके जब भी अगर इसको कोई प्रॉब्लम हो. बेनिफिट ये है कि उसमें एक तरीके से आपको एक डिस्काउंट मिल जाता है, इट्स लोअर कॉस्ट, and the entire family can use it. So I think that is a very simple concept of family health insurance.
What is a family floater plan and what are its benefits?
So family floater plan, family health insurance plans are the same thing. It means only couple of things. कि जैसे for example एक ही plan में there are multiple members of the family covered. Parents, kids, wife. Is covered as a part of the same plan, and the benefit, like I said, it's much more cheaper for the person, and you get a lot of benefits, be it in terms of, let's say, there can be OPD benefits also, there can be IPD benefits also, they can be unlimited restoration. कि अगर मान लीजिए एक फैमिली में खत्म हो गया वो कवर 10 लाख का, तो अब now there are a lot of plans जिसमें रिस्टोर हो जाता है वो कवर और अनलिमिटेड टाइम्स तक हो सकता है. तो अगर कोई ऐसा सिचुएशन आया, मान लीजिए कि भाई आपको मल्टीपल टाइम्स चाहिए हुआ हेल्थ इंश्योरेंस, तो दैट गेट्स ऑटोमेटिकली रिस्टोर्ड. सो आई थिंक दैट्स द बेनिफिट ऑफ अ फैमिली हेल्थ इंश्योरेंस.
सो इफ आई एम बाइंग अ फैमिली हेल्थ इंश्योरेंस प्लान, व्हाट आर द टॉप फैक्टर्स दैट आई शुड कीप इन माइंड?
देखिए, बहुत सिंपल है. अगेन कपल ऑफ फैक्टर्स दैट यू शुड ऑलवेज लुक एट. वन इज टू लुक एट द सम इंश्योर्ड, बिकॉज सम इंश्योर्ड इज द मैक्सिमम अमाउंट विच द इंश्योरेंस कंपनी इज लायबल टू पे यू इन अ पॉलिसी ईयर. तो अगर मान लीजिए जैसे बहुत से लोग गलती ये करते हैं 2 लाख 3 लाख या 4 लाख का सम इंश्योर्ड ले लेते हैं, जो कि ग्रॉसली इनएडुकेट है. तो एग्जांपल, अगर मान लीजिए किसी की 1 वीक की हॉस्पिटलाइजेशन हो जाती है दिल्ली जैसे शहर में, बहुत अच्छे चांसेस हैं कि अगर आप फोर्टिस, मैक्स, मेदांता या किसी भी बड़े हॉस्पिटल्स में जाते हैं तो हो सकता है आपका खर्चा 4-5 लाख रुपए पहली बार में ही आ जाएगा. तो आप ज़रूर इंश्योर करें कि जब भी आप हेल्थ इंश्योरेंस प्लान ले रहे हैं तो उसमें सम इंश्योर्ड ज़्यादा लें. मिनिमम व्हाट वी रिकमेंड इज़ कि अगर आप दिल्ली, मुंबई जैसे मेट्रो सिटीज़ में रहते हैं तो 10 लाख रुपए पर मेंबर का लें कम से कम. बहुत सारे 1 करोड़ के प्लान्स भी अवेलेबल हैं अब हेल्थ इंश्योरेंस के, जो कि बहुत ज़्यादा कॉस्टली नहीं है. हार्डली आप 2-3 हज़ार रुपये एक्स्ट्रा देंगे अगर प्लान के सुपर टॉपअप के साथ कंबाइन करके, तो आपको 1 करोड़ का प्लान मिल जाएगा. तो दैट इज़ वन थिंग आप हमेशा ध्यान रखें. दूसरी चीज़ हमेशा ध्यान रखें कि आपके जो भी प्लान आप ले रहे हैं उसमें कैशलेस हॉस्पिटल्स कितने हैं. आई थिंक, और स्पेसिफिकली आपका जो एरिया है उसके आसपास जो हॉस्पिटल्स हैं, जो भी आपके नियर बाय हॉस्पिटल्स हैं, क्या वो उस प्लान में कवर्ड हैं या नहीं है, ताकि अगर गॉड फॉरबिड इफ देयर इज अ हॉस्पिटलाइजेशन तो आपको अपनी तरफ से पैसे ना देने पड़े. तो सेकंड, ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. तीसरी चीज़ है, प्लान्स में सिर्फ प्राइस पे ना जाएं. बहुत से लोग ये गलती करते हैं कि इस प्राइस देख के प्लान्स खरीद लेते हैं. ऐसा ना करें. उसमें ज़रूर चेक करें कि भाई किसी तरीके की कोई कैपिंग्स तो नहीं है. कैपिंग 2-3 टाइप की हो सकती हैं. फॉर एग्जांपल, रूम रेंट पे कैपिंग हो सकती है कि मान लीजिए प्लान तो आपका अच्छा है, बट अगर उस प्लान में मान लीजिए एक कैपिंग है कि आप 5,000 रुपये तक का ही हॉस्पिटल का रूम ले सकते हैं. अगर आप किसी भी अगेन जैसे बड़े हॉस्पिटल में जाएंगे तो 5,000 में हो सकता है मोस्ट लाइकली आपको रूम्स ना मिले, ज़्यादा क्या ही मिलेगा. तो कोशिश करें कि उस प्लान्स को लें जिसमें किसी भी तरीके की कैपिंग्स ना हो रूम रेंट की. दूसरी कैपिंग्स होती है डिजीज़ वाइज कैपिंग्स होती हैं. मान लीजिए किसी प्लान्स में होता है कि भाई हम फॉर एग्जांपल ABC किसी इलनेस के आपको इतने ही रुपए देंगे, राइट। जैसे मॉडर्न ट्रीटमेंट अब आजकल मेजरली हॉस्पिटल्स यूज करते हैं, डॉक्टर्स प्रेफर करते हैं, तो उनमें कई प्लान्स में, कुछ प्लान्स में कैपिंग भी आती है, तो आप प्रेफर वो प्लान्स करें जिनमें इस तरह की कोई लिमिटेशन ना हो, राइट। तीसरी चीज है कि स्पेसिफिकली इन केस ऑफ सीनियर सिटीजन्स के लिए जो हम प्लान्स खरीदते हैं, पुराने जो प्लान थे उनमें काफियों में कोपेमेंट एज अ मैंडेटरी फीचर आती है, विच मीन्स कि अगर लेट्स से 20% कोपेमेंट है तो 20% ऑफ द क्लेम अमाउंट आपको देना पड़ेगा। तो जब भी आप ऐसे प्लान्स खरीद रहे हैं जरूर ध्यान रखें कि क्या इस तरह की कैपिंग्स हैं, और मतलब अगर आप नोइंगली ले रहे हैं तो एक अलग बात है, बट एटलीस्ट आप जरूर चेक करें जब आप ये ले रहे हैं। तो आई थिंक ये 3-4 चीजें हैं।
What are the most common exclusions that one should know about while buying a family health insurance plan?
See, देखिए, there are couple of exclusions. दो पार्ट में मैं इसको डिवाइड करूंगा। वन इज द वेटिंग पीरियड्स एंड द सेकंड पार्ट इज एक्सक्लूजन। तो वेटिंग पीरियड है कि कुछ कंडीशंस आपकी कुछ टाइम बाद कवर होंगी। एक्सक्लूजन्स वुड बी कि ये कभी नहीं कवर होंगी। सो एक्सक्लूजन्स में यूजुअली जो कभी नहीं कवर होंगी, फॉर एग्जांपल लेट्स से ड्रिंक एंड ड्राइव केसेस, सुसाइड अटेम्प्ट, और इस तरह के जो हजार्डस फीचर्स होते हैं वो कवर नहीं होते यूजुअली इन अ हेल्थ इंश्योरेंस पॉलिसी। नॉन डिस्क्लोजर फॉर एग्जांपल कवर नहीं होता। फॉर एग्जांपल मैं ऑलरेडी मान लीजिए कैंसर से सफ़र कर रहा हूँ, बट हेल्थ इंश्योरेंस खरीदते टाइम मैंने इंश्योरेंस कंपनी को नहीं बताया, ये नॉन डिस्क्लोज किया मैंने। अगर वो बाद में इंश्योरेंस कंपनी को क्लेम असेस करते टाइम पता चलता है तो इंश्योरेंस कंपनी इज इन वेल विद इन इट्स राइट टू रिजेक्ट दैट क्लेम। सो ये ज़रूर ध्यान रखना है कि आप जब भी कोई हेल्थ इंश्योरेंस पॉलिसी ले रहे हैं, हर मेंबर की डिटेल आप ज़रूर इंश्योरेंस कंपनी को बताएं, बीट चाहे पास्ट मेडिकल हिस्ट्री हो, करंट मेडिकल हिस्ट्री हो, या फिर कोई लाइफस्टाइल रिलेटेड हैबिट हो, फॉर एग्जांपल अल्कोहल ड्रिंक, अल्कोहल स्मोकिंग एटसेट्रा। सो ये जरूर बताएं। आई थिंक ये वाला पार्ट हुआ एक्सक्लूजन्स वाला पार्ट। वेटिंग पीरियड इज सेकंड थिंग, विच इज बेसिकली यूजुअली तीन टाइप के वेटिंग पीरियड्स होते हैं किसी भी हेल्थ इंश्योरेंस प्लान में। वन इज द इनिशियल वेटिंग पीरियड ऑफ 30 days, which means कि except for accidental claims, no other claim can be put in within the first 30 days. Then is a specific illness waiting period, name illness waiting period भी कहते हैं उसको, या slow growing disease waiting period भी कहते हैं, जो यूजुअली 2 साल का होता है। व्हाट इट मीन्स इज कि कुछ ऐसी डिजीजेस इन आवर बॉडी जो हमें पता नहीं होती कि है नहीं है, जैसे कैटरैक्ट, हर्निया एटसेट्रा, जो दे टेक अ बिट ऑफ अ टाइम टू ग्रो इन आवर सिस्टम। तो ये यूजुअली मोस्ट ऑफ द इंश्योरेंस प्लान्स में 2 साल बाद कवर होती हैं। तो मतलब आप आज अगर प्लान लेते हैं तो 2 साल के बाद ही इनके रिलेटेड ट्रीटमेंट ले सकते हैं। तीसरी चीज़ होती है जिसे कहते हैं प्री एग्जिस्टिंग डिजीज वेटिंग पीरियड। इसका मतलब यह है कि जो बीमारियां मुझे आज हैं ऑलरेडी या पास्ट में थी, फॉर एग्जांपल बहुत कॉमन है डायबिटीज़ हो गई, हाइपरटेंशन हो गया, थायराइड, अस्थमा, इस तरह की जो एग्जिस्टिंग डिजीजेस हैं, ये यूजुअली प्लान्स में 3 साल बाद कवर होती हैं। ये पहले 4 साल बाद कवर होती थी। अभी रिसेंट रेगुलेटर के द्वारा जो एक डिसीजंस आए हैं, रेगुलेशंस आई हैं नई, उसमें अब 4 साल से 3 साल कर दिया गया है, जो कि नए प्रोडक्ट्स में अब 3 साल होती है। और इसके बियॉन्ड दैट ये तो वेटिंग पीरियड्स हो गए। अच्छी बात यह है कि जो नए प्रोडक्ट्स हैं उसमें आप इन वेटिंग पीरियड्स को कम भी कर सकते हो। पीडी वेटिंग पीरियड अगर मान लीजिए किसी को ऑलरेडी 3 साल सर्व कर रहे हैं मतलब नए प्लान में, तो डायबिटीज़ और हाइपरटेंशन अगर है तो आप उसको एक्स्ट्रा प्रीमियम देके आप उसको डे 1 भी कर सकते हो। तो बेसिकली आपको 3 साल सर्व करने की अब जरूरत नहीं है। तो इट्स एन ऑप्शन विद द कस्टमर कि अगर आप लेट्स से 15-20% एक्स्ट्रा प्रीमियम देना चाहते हैं तो आप अपने वेटिंग पीरियड को 3 साल या 4 साल से कम करके डे 1 पे कर सकते हो।
How does top up or super top up work in the case of family health insurance?
See, so I would take it as the same thing only. तो generally top up या super top up का concept ये है कि they provide a very high coverage at a very low cost. और वो होता कैसे वो मैं बताता हूँ आपको। तो फॉर एग्जांपल मान लीजिए मेरे पास एक 10 लाख की ऑलरेडी एक पॉलिसी है जो मैंने ले रखी है। अब मैं चाहता हूँ कि भाई विद इंक्रीजिंग एज और मतलब लेट्स से अ बिगर फैमिली आई वांट टू इंक्रीज माय कवरेज। तो आई हैव 2 ऑप्शंस। या तो मैं एक और पॉलिसी लूँ, एग्जिस्टिंग पॉलिसी में 10 लाख से लेट्स से उसको 50 lakhs करूँ, विच विल माइट कॉस्ट मी अलॉट, राइट। दैट इज वन थिंग। द सेकेंड थिंग इज कि आई कैन purchase another 10 lakh rupees policy which will again be costing me quite a bit of money, because अगर मान लीजिए 10 लाख की पॉलिसी के लिए एग्जाम्पल में 20,000 रुपये साल के दे रहा हूँ, तो इसमें भी मेरे को हो सकता है 20,000 रुपीज़ ही दूंगा मैं। द थर्ड ऑप्शन विच द इंश्योरेंस कंपनीज हैव लॉन्च्ड is the concept of super topper. What it means is कि I can buy a 90 lakh rupees का super topper with a 10 lakh rupees deductible. इसका मतलब ये होता है कि अगर 10 लाख रुपए का क्लेम आया तो मैं अपनी पहली पॉलिसी से पे कर सकता हूँ. उसके बियॉन्ड अगर कोई क्लेम आया तो सुपर टॉपअप विल किक इन एंड मेरा जो बैलेंस क्लेम है विल बी पेड फ्रॉम अ सुपर टॉपअप. राइट. एडवांटेज इससे ये होता है कि ये जो प्लान होगा, जस्ट टू गिव यू फेयर आइडिया, ये हार्डली कुछ 1500 रुपीज से 2000 रुपीज का ही आएगा एक साल का प्रीमियम. तो फ्रॉम अ 20,000 रुपीज प्रीमियम टू 1500-2000 रुपीज प्रीमियम, इट्स वेरी बेनिफिशियल, इकोनॉमिकल टू द कस्टमर कि आप अपना कवरेज को बढ़ा सकते हैं. इसमें सिंपल जो सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट चीज़ है वो याद रखने की और देखने की कि उसमें डिडक्टेबल अमाउंट कितना है. डिडक्टेबल का मतलब बहुत सिंपल वर्ड्स में मैं ये कहूँगा कि जो अमाउंट आपको अपनी तरफ से देना है, या तो आप अपनी एग्जिस्टिंग पॉलिसी से या एग्जिस्टिंग कॉर्पोरेट पॉलिसी से दें, या अपने लेट्स से इन अ वे फ्रॉम योर बैंक बैलेंस में, वो कितना है. अगर जितना वो हाई होता जाएगा उतना सुपर टॉपअप का प्रीमियम कम होगा, जितना वो लो होगा उतना ही सुपर टॉपअप का प्रीमियम थोड़ा सा ज़्यादा होगा.
How do I determine the right sum insured for my family's health insurance policy?
See, I think it's a very important question because many people ask us about what is the right sum insured, because for every person sum insured would mean different things, right? See, as a thumb rule, what we at least kind of recommend is one, if you're living in a metro city, right, if you have a family of 2 going to be 3 or 4, try for at least a 10 lakh rupees sum insured per member. Try adding a super top up, which I just spoke about. If you spend only, let's say 1500-2000 rupees more, you can add a very high sum insured super top up. What it will protect you from is from very unseen circumstances. For example, if somebody God forbid gets a brain stroke or a cancer, the bill can run into 40, 50, 60 lakhs, which is a huge amount for any family to pay, So I think that is one thing. Dusra, what has happened is new plans have come in, which give you the option of unlimited sum insured, which is again a very new concept, very, novel concept. That let's say, I don't, if for example, I buy a 10 lakh rupees policy, I can add a rider into my policy, which is only 10% cost, that if God forbid there is a situation जहाँ पे बहुत ही बड़ा claim आ गया, मतलब out of the blue, nobody expected, right? So you can and that plan basically pays you one time in the policy up to unlimited amount of claim. Right. So that I think is something which people can explore, and it's very beneficial, hardly any extra cost, because 10% आप extra premium दे रहे हो, तो वो आप एक चीज़ है explore कर सकते हो, and kind of safeguard your family from these expenses.
Are maternity and newborn expenses covered in the family health insurance plan?
So see, yes, absolutely. I think it's a very good question, specifically for the people aged till 35-40. Maternity, a lot of people are opting for maternity plans. So maternity plans have also evolved over a period of time, evolved in 2-3 ways. One, most of the earlier maternity plans had very low sum insured, 30,000, 35,000 rupees for a normal delivery, maybe 50,000 for a C-sec delivery. But now, one, that sum insured has gone up to 2 lakh rupees, because if you, let's say, go to any hospital which could be which has better facilities, the delivery expenses can go anywhere between 1 lakh to 1.5 lakh, depending on the hospital and the location, etc. So that is one thing. The second thing is, a lot of maternity plans also offer inbuilt, the newborn cover, the cover for vaccinations. In fact, they also pay for adoption in case you are going for adoption. So basically now, maternity plans have become very whole gamut of everything related to maternity. It's not just about delivery expenses. Earlier, they used to be only about delivery expenses, but now they become, completely about everything related to maternity. So they do cover, the newborns. The third thing, what has happened is the waiting period, which is a very critical, parameter for people who are opting for maternity plans. Earlier, many of the plans had like a 2-year or a 3-year waiting period. And, many a times people don't plan so much in advance, right? While planning a family. But a lot of plans now come with a 9-month waiting period. Achha. So that way, it's very beneficial, for the couples who are planning for, baby, that they can opt for plans where the waiting period is low and the cover for the maternity is very high. So I think that way is a lot more options are available now. A lot of insurance company, they do include that benefit in the plan. You can opt for that. Or other insurance companies, they do kind of give you an option that if you want the maternity cover, you pay slightly extra premium for that, and you can add that benefit into your plan. So it's both ways the options are available for the family.
How are premiums calculated for family health insurance plans?
So usually, again, different insurance companies have a different ways of calculating premium, but as a general rule, usually the premiums are calculated based on the eldest member age. For example, if it's me and my wife in the family floater plan, if I'm elder to my wife, then the premium basis my age will be calculated usually. Some other insurance companies, they calculate basis the individual member age, but largely I would say 90% of the cases it depends on the eldest member age.
Can you throw some light on the tax benefits that one has for family health insurance plans under the Indian tax system?
Oh, I think the tax benefits are very well known. That first of all, I think health insurance as a concept is not just for the tax benefit. I think they serve health insurance serves a larger purpose. But coming to tax benefit, so as a family, you get up to 25,000 rupees of tax benefit under Section 80D that you can claim every year. That is one. If you're buying for your parents, right, who are aged above 60 years and above, then the tax benefit can go up to 50,000. So I can let's say, for example, if I buy for myself, I'm let's say 36, I will get up to 25,000 rupees. If I buy for my parents, both parents who are both above 60 years of age, then I can get additional 50,000 rupees for the insurance premium that I have paid for them. So it can go up to 75,000 rupees for if health insurance is bought both for my family and for my parents as well.
Siddharth, what types of coverage are typically included in family health insurance?
See, I think in a typical family health insurance plan, there are a couple of things which are covered. One is obviously the in-patient hospitalization. If I get hospitalized, whatever the bills are there, I get paid for that. That is one thing. The second thing, which is now upcoming and very relevant to the families, and specifically families with the young kids or parents, etc., is the OPD. OPD has now become a part of the insurance plans now, either in the form of an inbuilt benefit or as an optional rider. That is, you can get covered for doctor consultations, you can get covered for the pharmacy, the medicines that we buy, and then the third thing is for the diagnostic test. So I think that is very relevant to the families because not every time you might have a hospitalization, but there's a good chance that you for the seasonal illnesses or some other reasons you avail either of these three options. So I think that is something that one can definitely look at while purchasing a health insurance plan. Apart from that, I think family health insurance plans also offer annual health checkups, so that you can take it for your family. Again, different plans have different options in a way that some cover only for adult members, some would cover, let's say, for all members, so that you can look at while you're purchasing a health insurance plan. And I think now the fourth thing which is also coming up is a lot of family health insurance plan or health insurance plans are offering global benefits. So for example, Indians are now traveling abroad a lot vis-a-vis what it used to be maybe 5 years, 10 years back. And people do prefer sometimes that they want to take some sort of a treatment outside India. So there are a lot of plans now which cover you for planned or unplanned treatment outside India. So you can look to purchase those plans as well, so that if in case you want to avail certain treatment for in Singapore or US or Europe, you can your health insurance plan can cover that as well.
So now it's time for our audience questions. Our first question is from Rajesh from Mumbai. He says, how can I ensure that my family's health insurance covers pre-existing diseases considering my parents' medical history?
So I think only thing that while you're purchasing any family health insurance plan is to, like I said, declare your pre-existing disease, which you might be suffering from currently. So obviously it does not depend that if let's say my father is diabetic, then I have to declare that I could be a diabetic. PED is something that I've either had in the past in the last 4 or 5 years, or I'm currently suffering, taking medicines, regular medicines, or I had any kind of a, surgery in the past, maybe 10 years, back in the past. So I think that is something that is to be disclosed. So while you're purchasing a health insurance plan, just make sure that you're, kind of declaring any kind of a PED or a lifestyle habits while you're purchasing a health insurance plan. So I think, And then the insurance companies give you an option, like I said, that you can reduce those PDs from 3 years to day one, or depending on PD to PD to a lower waiting period.
This is from Priya from Bangalore. She says, could you explain the process of porting your family health insurance to another insurer? Are there any drawbacks that one should be aware of?
Sure. So I think porting has become a very seamless process now. So porting is just like a what we call as a mobile number portability earlier. That you get to retain the benefits. You can choose your provider. You had a provider A earlier. Now it's a provider B. The essential, essence of portability is basically you transfer your waiting periods that you've earned already or you already served, or you transfer your bonus, cumulative bonus or a no claim bonus that you've already earned. It's a very simple process. Online, when you come in, let's say for example, a portal like Policybazaar, you can see multiple options which are there. You can choose the plan that in which you want to port in. You can, again make the online payment. It's a completely paperless process. And then the insurance company in which you are porting in might ask you a couple of questions related to your, existing health conditions, etc. Or if you had any, claims in the past, basis which the porting in insurer will take a call and issue you the policy. So I think it's a very seamless process now. Is the benefit obviously is, let's say for example, there are certain situations in which a person ports out the policy. One is, let's say for example, my existing insurers has raised the premium very drastically, right, which I'm not very comfortable paying, so I can look for a alternative option. The second thing is I am not very happy with the services of my existing insurer. I had either a service issue or a claim issue. Then I can look into porting into a different insurer. I think one thing very important to look at while porting is, since you asked this question, is to look at the benefits of your previous policy and the newer policy. Don't only go by the price, go by what are the benefits you are getting in the newer policy. Have a look at that. Try to go for a plan which is not sublimited, which has all the features, benefits, and you can put that.
Okay, one more audience question. This is from Mitali from Delhi. She says, are there any restrictions for coverage for senior citizens? Should I buy a separate family plan for my parents or use the same one?
So I think the good thing is that there is no age restriction right now. So you can now buy health insurance plans for people up to age 99 years. So I think that's a good move because now, a lot of health insurance plans which have been coming lately in the past 1.5 years, they do not have such limitation. So that's a good thing. So you can, buy for your parents, your grandparents as well, so that is, or parents-in-law, so that you can buy. What we recommend is generally not to club your plan with the, parents' plan, because the parents' need could be different.
Right.
And like I said, the premium of the policy could be dependent on the eldest member age. So, if I get attached in the same policy as my father or my mother, then there could be a chance that the premium is slightly higher, and more importantly, the need of the health insurance plan would be slightly different. For example, in my case, I might need something else in my health insurance plan, right? For my father who's a heart patient, for my mother who's a diabetic, they would have a different need altogether. So I think it's better to kind of have separate plans for the parents and for yourself or your family. So I think that is what is important. But the good thing is now there are a lot of health insurance plans which do not have any kind of a age limitation, do not have any kind of a mandatory co-payment for the senior citizens. Also accept a lot of cases where people had a angioplasty earlier, heart conditions earlier, have diabetes, hypertension. So I think that way health insurance has become a lot more inclusive, a lot more open now. And I think we are seeing a lot of people coming to us on our platform to purchase for their parents. So I think there are a lot of options now available for parents.
Siddharth, thank you for all your time, for giving us all those detailed and very insightful answers. I'm sure our audience has found this very, very helpful. And audience, if you still have any questions whatsoever, just put them in the comment section and we'll make sure to take them up in our upcoming sessions.